Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese sweets and treats. Today we have kind of an interesting one. This is a bag of Puchao that I actually got over at Cost Plus World Market. So I know that we've done a bit of Puchao recently with we tried some that I had imported. We also tried like these gummies that were based off of like the gummy insets in Puchao. And I mentioned that, it's something that I see around, not nearly as much as I do haichu, but that I do see it. So I thought it might be interesting just to try some, especially since I found this bag with 4 different flavors and I thought it might be kind of interesting. But before we get started, just so you're aware, I am still waiting for the boxes to arrive for November. I know not quite November yet. So yeah, as soon as we get those, of course, we will leap into that. But at least for the few days while we're waiting, I had some fun at Cost Plus. We're going to try some fun things. I am really excited. So with all that in mind, let's get started. Itadakimasu! Alright. So with this, we have 4 different flavors. It should be pretty good. It smells really good. The smell is super strong. Yes, I'm putting them in the same order as they are listed on the front of the package. So we're going to start with our grape. So for those of you, for those of you who aren't familiar with Puchao, it's similar to haichu in that it's a chewy candy, but it has like these kind of gummy gel insets in it. It's a little different, but it does still have really good fruit flavor. Japanese candy makers are all really good at that. This one got a little wonky, but you can see like the little gummy insets there. Flavor-wise, really good solid grape flavor. Texture-wise, I'm going to admit this is actually why I vastly prefer haichu to Puchao. So it has these gummy insets. It chews for a long time, a lot like haichu, but the gummies kind of like start popping out as you're chewing on it, and I am not a big fan of that. Personally, it's not my thing. It's not terrible. I'm not a big. It's not my favorite. I prefer haichu. That said, if you're curious about it, I mean, this is something that I do find relatively easily. I see it over by the cash registers at my local Asian market. Like I said, I got this bag at Cost Plus. It's pretty easy to find. It's just not, you kind of have to get a little off the beaten path, but a lot easier than a lot of other things, such as dorayaki, which I can't find, and that makes me very sad. Interesting. So here we have our strawberry, and again, you can see the gummies inset. Again, good solid mango flavor. I'm pretty sure, I think I like it more than I do the strawberry and the grape, to be honest. I feel like we've gotten a lot of strawberry and grape flavored things, but mango doesn't seem to show up quite as often. So it is kind of nice to get something different. Similar texture, honestly. All of these texture-wise are pretty much the same. I'm very excited about this one though, because again, I can't get this one in haichu. At least not easily. Even on the websites I go to, it can be tricky to find, things like melon haichu. It's a much rarer thing to be able to find. So I am glad that Puchao has this, and it's the entire reason why I tried it in the first place. I interesting. Still not a fan of the texture. I think the texture, I don't like, I'm not a fan of things like that. I'm not. That said though, that's the best flavor, at least to me, out of the entire pack. Um, Definitely biased because I love melon flavor, but they're all really pretty good flavor wise. If it's something that you're curious about, would definitely recommend. And it's, again, something that's easier to get your hands on. So, if it's something that you want to try, you might be able to find it. You just, maybe check, local Asian market, an import store like Cost Plus, and just, you might be able to find it. And it is kind of an interesting, different experience. It's not something I've really run into a lot. And, it's not bad, really. Even if I'm not a huge fan of the texture, the flavor is absolutely worth it, especially for something like melon that is near impossible to find. Gochiso-sama. So to recap, we tried this mix of Puchao, and which came in grape, strawberry, mango, and melon. Its texture is alright. It's not my favorite because it has these gummy pockets that kind of pop out, and it just, I'm not a huge fan of it. But the flavor is really, really good, and if you're somebody who might not mind, or you might find that interesting, it's maybe worth giving a shot just to see, just because it is similar to Haichu, but still different, and they do cover flavors that Haichu doesn't always cover. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, link for that is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Johnny.